And this time, our lesson for today is all about the types of text. First type of text that we have is the descriptive text. What is the main purpose of descriptive text? Descriptions is used in all forms of writing. So kapag sinasabi natin descriptive text, actually si description ginagamit naman talaga natin yan lahat. In all forms of writing, lahat na ginagawa natin, we are describing. And that is to create a vivid impression of a person, place, object, or event. So kapag gumagawa tayo ng text using descriptive or description, pwedeng maging topic natin yung isang tao, yung isang bagay, isang lugar, or pwede ring hayop. Pwede natin silang maging topic. This time, one purpose is language used for descriptive text or it aims to show rather than tell. Kapag sinasabi nating descriptive, gusto niyang pinapakita mo mismo kesa sinasabi mo lang. Example, I am your subject or I am your topic. Paano niyo ako gagawan ng descriptive text? Gagawan niyo ako ng descriptive text in a way na yung ginagamit yung language ay kapani-paniwala. Ibig sabihin, yung ibang mga bata hindi pa ako nakikita. Pero kapag gagawan mo ako ng description, habang binabasa na nila yon para na rin nila akong nakikita ng personal. Ibig sabihin, it aims to show rather than tell. Hindi mo lang basta sinasabi yung description ko, pero para na rin nila akong nakikita. Naiintindihan ba yon? Another, it relies on precisely chosen on vocabulary. Ibig sabihin, yung mga ginagamit mong vocabularies doon, dapat naiintindihan yan ng mga viewers or naiintindihan yan ng mga readers mo. It is focused and concentrates only on the aspects that add something to the main purpose of the text. Huwag kang masyadong lalayo sa subject or huwag kang masyadong lalayo sa topic na meron ka. Diba sa descriptive text natin kanina, I am your subject, huwag kang magdadagdag ng ibang subject, huwag kang magdadagdag ng ibang topic. Kailangan ako lang yung pinag-uusapan sa descriptive text. Naiintindihan? Kung yung place lang na Paris, yung topic mo, kailangan hindi ka magdadagdag ng Hong Kong, hindi ka magdadagdag ng China. Kung ano lang yung topic mo, huwag kang lalayo. You need to concentrate only on that aspect. Nag-iintindihan ba yan? Okay, next. We have here 3 features of descriptive text. First, it engages the reader's attention. Tandaan mo, isang feature ng descriptive text, kailangan nakukuha mo yung attention ng mga readers mo. Unang-una, paano mo kukunin yung attention ng reader mo? Kailangan yung language mo na iintindihan nila. Kailangan yung language mo naka-level doon sa mga readers mo. Number 2, it creates characters. Sabi ko nga kanina, if I am your subject, kailangan it shows rather than tells. Kailangan pinapakita mo mismo, hindi mo lang siya basta-basta sinasabi. And number 3, it sets a mood. Make it more entertaining. Kailangan natutuwa yung nagbabasa. Sige nga, kung kayo ba ang tagabasa, gusto nyo ba yung mga descriptive text na boring, descriptive text na hindi naman kapani-paniwala? Of course not. One feature of descriptive text, it sets a mood. Kailangan maging lighter yung emotions ng mga readers mo. And that is all about descriptive text. Another text that we have is the narrative text. One purpose of narrative text is to entertain, to gain, and to hold a reader's interest. Tandaan mo, kung si descriptive kanina, you are describing. Si narrative text naman, ang purpose lang niya is to entertain. Paano? Si narrative text, nagkukwento ka. Si descriptive, you are describing. Si narrative, nagkukwento ka. Have you already tried to make a narrative text? Pinagawan na ba kayo dati ng narrative text? common na ginagawa sa narrative text is what you did during summer, ano yung ginawa nyo nung nag-vacation kayo sa ganitong lugar. Ibig sabihin, while you are telling stories, that is also narrative text. Ibig sabihin, pag nagkukwento ka, narrative text ang tawag doon. You are narrating on specific aspect. Naiintindihan? But however, narratives can also be written to teach or to inform. Si narrative, hindi ka lang daw nagkukwento. Si narrative, pwedeng sinusulat yan kasi gusto nating magturo or gusto nating may ibigay na information sa ating mga readers. And that is sometimes to change social opinions. May mga bagay na pinag-uusapan sa narrative text at pwede nating ibahin kung ano man yung opinion na meron na sila. Ulitin natin ha, narrative text, one purpose is to entertain. Huwag niyong kakalimutan, you are writing narrative text kasi ang purpose mo to entertain, to teach, or to inform. Naiintindihan? Types of narrative may include fairy stories. Sabi ko nga kanina, si narrative text, para kang nag-i-story. You are telling stories. One example is fairy stories. We also have mysteries, science fictions, yung mga mahilig sa science, sci-fi, yan, science fictions, romances, horror stories. May mga mahilig ba dito sa horror? Ayan, they also reading narrative text, even fables and myth. Yung fables, ito yung mga hayop na nagsasalita lang. So, narrative text pa rin yun kasi nagtitell siya ng stories. It tells stories and at the same time, ine-entertain kayo. And how about the features? First, number 1, characters with defined personalities and identities. Sa narrative text, di ba, we are telling stories? Stories, ibig sabihin meron tayong characters. Sa narrative text mo, kailangan yung characters mo, dinedefine mo what personality he or she has. Kailangan yung identity niya kinaklaro mo. Alin ba dun yung kontrabida? Alin ba dito yung bida? So, kailangan yung characters mo sa narrative text malinaw. Sinasabi mo doon kung alin yung totoong bida, alin doon yung totoong kontrabida. Number 2 feature, dialogue often included. Ulitin ko ha, it's often included. It's not necessary na kapag ka narrative text meron kang dialogue. No. Pwedeng meron, pwedeng wala. Uulitin ko ha, sa narrative text, dialogue often included. Kung meron kayong nakikitang quotation mark like this one, ibig sabihin pwede natin siyang gamitin when it comes to dialogue. Pero often lang. It's not necessary that we need to use dialogue when it comes to narrative text. Kasi may mga narrative text na plain lang. Ibig sabihin nagkukwento ka lang. So doon, pwedeng wala kang dialogue. Pero meron ding mga narrative text like fables. Di ba yung mga hayop doon nagsasalita sila? So merong mga dialogue. And one feature, dialogue often included. And the last feature, descriptive language to create images in the reader's mind and enhance the story. Ito yung pinaka-the best when it comes to narrative text. Yung sinasabing it create images. Di ba minsan kapag we are reading stories, nag-i-imagine tayo, especially horror. Di ba nga kapag ka nagbabasa tayo ng horror stories, minsan na-imagine mo, nandyan na sa tabi yung multo, nandyan na sa tabi yung mga engkanto. Ibig sabihin, it creates images in the reader's mind. Napakagaling ng mga writers na ginagawa or nag-i-imagine yung mga readers niya. So if you want to become writers soon, if you want to become authors soon, wag mong kakalimutan na yung purpose mo or feature mo ng story mo doon is to create images in the reader's mind or in your reader's mind. Minsan, dinidescribe mo yung sun, sobrang liwanag, there are butterflies, ibig sabihin na i-imagine yan ng mga readers mo. That is one feature of narrative text. Ulitin ko, narrative text, nagkukwento ka. Another is the expository text. One purpose of expository text, to inform the reader. Expository, ulitin ko, ini-inform ka lang, tinuturuan ka lang. To expose the text through a reliable source. Pagdating sa expository text, hindi pwedeng basta-basta yung sinasabi mo. Kailangan may source kang reliable. Ibig sabihin, totoo. Expository text exposes you to facts. Ibig sabihin may katotohanan, plain and simple. So we have here an examples, textbooks. Alam niyo yung mga books niyo dito sa school, yung English, Science, Mathematics, Araling Panlipunan, MAPE, those are reliable sources. And those are examples of expository text. News articles, nakakita na kayo or nagbabasa kayo ng mga dyaryo? Expository text yan. You or writers are informing you, and that is reliable source. Instructional manuals, even recipes. Sino mang mahilig magluto, nakikialam kay mommy na nagluluto sa kusina, yung binabasa nyong recipes or mga menu books, expository text yon. City or country guides, kapag ka gusto mong mag-travel, meron kang binabasang mga guides, expository text din yon. Language books and even self-help books. And we also have the argumentative text. One purpose of argumentative text, to support ideas presented in sequence to justify a particular stand or viewpoint that a writer is taking. So kapag ka-argumentative text naman, familiar kayo sa debate. Di ba sa debate, for example, agree ako tapos ikaw disagree, ganon din sa argumentative text. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang, si debate sinasabi. Si argumentative text sinusulat. Kaya si argumentative text kailangan meron kang position. Are you agree or do you disagree? Ibig sabihin meron kang position. That is all about argumentative text. Types of argument, we have to plead a case. Kailangan doon sa position mo, kailangan pinapaniwala mo yung mga tao or yung mga readers mo to promote or sell goods and services. Of course, habang pinapaniwala mo sila, kailangan may sinasabi ka at napapatunayan mo yun. To put forward an argument, eto ha, yung isang dapat mong ginagawa sa argumentative text, kailangan palaban ka. Kasi you are telling what is your position. Kinukwento mo, ano ba yung pinapaniwalaan mo. So, kailangan dapat napapatunayan mo yun. You need to justify it. And an argument usually consists of the following. A statement of position at the beginning. Sa una pa lang ng argumentative text mo, sinasabi mo na kung ano yung position mo. Say for an example, ang pag-aawayan natin, traditional class or yung face-to-face at saka online class. Ano yung mas gusto mo? Halimbawa si teacher, mas pipiliin niya ang traditional class or face-to-face. Kailangan sa una pa lang ng aking argumentative text, sinasabi ko na kung ano yung gusto kong sabihin or kung sinasabi ko na kung ano yung position ko at the very beginning of my text. Next, a logical sequence. Kapag nasabi ko na sa una yung position ko, kailangan dire-diretso yon. May sequence, may tamang pagkakasunod-sunod. Hindi pwede yung kung ano yung gusto mong sabihin yun na yon. No. Kailangan an argumentative text has a logical sequence. May tamang pagkakasunod-sunod. Next, the argument is put forward, sabi ko nga dapat matapang ka dito, in a series of points with backup evidence. Uulitin ko, sa argumentative text, you need to have an evidence. Kailangan may ebidensya ka na. For example, pinili ko si traditional or si face-to-face. Kailan may ebidensya ako? Bakit yun ang mas better? Bakit yun ang pinili ko? Bakit kailangan kong paniwalain yung mga readers ko na dapat din nilang piliin si traditional or face-to-face class? Kailangan marami akong evidence. Tandaan nyo, mas maraming evidence, mas kapani-paniwala at mas mataas yung chance na ikaw yung manalo sa argument na yon. And for the last one, a good argument shows cause and effect. So, kailangan pinili ko si traditional or face-to-face, kailangan magsabi rin ako ng cause and effect ni traditional class. And we also have here informational text. They are written, of course, they are written in a way that allows the reader to easily find key information. Itaas nga yung kamay ng mga bata or ng mga grade 6 na masyadong or hindi masyadong naiintindihan yung mga lesson, kailangan nagbabasa kayo ng mga informational text. That is a proof, or that will serves you to easily find key information. Hanapin nyo yung mga information na importante and understand the main topic. The author provides tables, diagrams, graphs, and charts. A table of contents and a glossary. One example here, magazine. Diba kapag ka sa magazine, masyadong maraming laman? So kapag ka sa magazine, pwede mo nang hanapin by specific or by aspect yung mga gusto mong basahin. Science or history books, actually napaka-informational or napaka-full of information ni science tsaka ni history books. Autobiographies, kilala nyo na ba si Dr. Jose Rizal? Kung hindi nyo pa kilala si Dr. Jose Rizal, hanapin nyo yung kanyang talang buhay or autobiography. And then, the instructional manuals. Last text that we have is the vocative text. A vocative text is thoughtful. Ibig sabihin sobrang sobrang lighter, nagsasabi yan, or it's suggestive. It is suggesting to make your emotions, to make your feelings more lighter, rather than declarative and final, and aims to show experientially rather than tell rationally. Example, si teacher sobrang lungkot, si teacher hindi alam kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin kasi nai-stress siya. Ano yung dapat basahin ni teacher? Magbabasa siya ng vocative text. Bakit? Kasi yung mga vocative text na yan, yung mga text na yan, it can motivate her na kailangan mas maging lighter yung life ko. Si vocative text kasi tinuturuan tayo kung paano mas pagaanin yung life natin. Kasi nga napaka-thoughtful niya, napaka-suggestive niya. Purpose, to touch readers, to engage them personally with the text, and to evoke that love, visceral qualities of human experiences. And of course, before I end my discussion, I want to give you key points for you to remember. We have here the different types of text. We have descriptive text, narrative text, expository text, argumentative text, informational text, and the vocative text. And with that, God bless and keep safe grade 6. Again, this is teacher Angelica S. Quinones. Thank you for listening. On behalf of Math Excellence Academy of Binalonan Incorporated, from the faculty and staff, wash your hands regularly, use alcohols or sanitizers, don't go outside if it's not important, and always pray, because I do believe prayer is our best medicine during this pandemic. Keep safe and God bless Miabians. See you again on our next discussion.